Let's start with Ohio State first. This is an Ohio State podcast. We make predictions every year. We have thoughts about the team in the offseason, etc. Let's talk about something about this team that we got right. That is exactly what we thought it was going to be. And after 2 short games, we can come away and say, yep, that's exactly how we thought it was going to look. I'll start first tonight. I'll start with the running game. I thought bringing Chip Kelly in that was going to drastically change this running game, and that is exactly what we are seeing. It looks completely different. It's explosive. How he's moving the offensive line around has improved the run blocking immensely. Might I add this? Even the wide receivers are blocking better after 2 games than they have the past several years. Again, tip of the hat to Chip Kelly for basically getting on Brian Hartline's case about the lack of blocking from the wide receivers. All of it, when you mix it all together, the running game looks good. And oh, by the way, Travion Henderson's healthy, and Quinshawn is an absolute beast. All right. And those two together are fantastic. That was something I thought would be better. It absolutely is. Florida Cory, I'm going to kick it over to you next. Something that you thought, and it's absolutely right. It is exactly as you thought it was going to be with the Buckeyes.
I'll go with Will Howard. I actually thought he was going to be a perfect fit for the Chip Kelly style offense, and I think I'm clearly not alone in that. I'm just stating something that he's run it really smoothly. He's looked good. I think the only thing there's a couple little issues with his passing game that bother me just a touch. See if it becomes a problem down the stretch of the season here. But overall, he's got great command. I think we saw that against Western Michigan, especially. He just has unbelievable command of the offense. The thing about it, he has to make 3 or 4 decisions on every play. It seems like what he's going to do. He's going to hand off. He's going to go to the back option. He's going to the sideline, whatever. And I think Will Howard actually he's making really good decisions, not having to be that game changer that we are used to having at quarterback, minus last year. We have. I think he's just a guy we said all along. He's just got to get at the hands of the playmakers. That's exactly what he's doing.
JR, we'll kick it up to you next.
Yeah, so the thing I got right is that Seth McLaughlin would not be bad. I didn't quite expect him to be as good as he is, but I had a lot of people saying that he was going to be poor snapper and all that stuff, and I was like, look, he's not going to be that bad. He's not going to have the same issues that he had at Alabama last year, and I thought that the issues were just for that year, probably related to Jalen Milroe, so that was what I thought. Like I said, I probably wasn't right about how good he is. He's probably much better than any of us would have predicted, but yeah, I said he wouldn't be bad, and that's what I'm right about.
I don't know, JR. I got to give you some props here because you kept telling us how great this line was going to be. You even put three Buckeyes in your top 10. Four in your top 10.
I was wrong about Josh Fryer. I think Josh Fryer is very good. I don't know if he's a top 10.
I don't know, man. I think he's looked really good this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you, I got to give you your props. You called that when Eric and I doubted you. But for me, it's got to be the defense, man. Come on. We said at the start of the season, I said from day one, this is the number 1 defense in the country. I think the second team defense is a top 10 defense in the nation. I don't think I'm wrong, guys. I still don't think I'm wrong. These guys are the most talented, deepest defense in the country, a national championship defense without a doubt.
Burks is in the chat. He's no one's wishing me luck. Thought you guys are hoping the team up north gets decimated. He's heading to the game this weekend to watch his team probably get decimated by USC.
It's not going to be pretty. I mean, that offense is bad.
They need to make some serious changes, and I don't know if 7 days is enough time to make the changes that they need to make to be a USC team that looks much better than I thought they were going to be. We'll get to that in a minute.
Coaching changes. That's what they don't have time to do.
They don't need to make changes. They need Jesus. That's what they need. That's the only thing that's going to save them right now.
After all that cheating, they need some forgiveness. So.
Woo! Florida Cory coming in hot. Oh, Stu Bedazzle. What's up, buddy? Good to have you with us tonight. Okay. Well, let's go back to what we got wrong. And Chris, you were dancing all over everything. I got this offensive line wrong. But you need to give me a little bit of leniency here. The last couple years has not
We've
exactly
suffered.
been offensive line you over there at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center. Okay, um, this is, I guess, I'll throw this question out there to the chat and for you guys. Is it really just been Chip Kelly? Is that really the difference here? It's not Justin Fry. I know
No.
it's not. Is Chip Kelly's scheme just that good that this offensive line? Now, granted, they've played two MAC schools here. Okay, we'll
Don't tell
see
that
what
to
they.
Mississippi State.
True, that's a true statement. But you get my point. Like, we haven't exactly played Texas or Ole Miss. Speaking of the state of Mississippi, or the Big Two in Alabama, or Georgia yet, and we've got Oregon out ahead of us still. We got Penn State. We got the team up north. We've got Nebraska out ahead of us, who is very good defensively. So we'll see where this offensive line is. But 2 games into this thing, much better than I thought they were going to be. I got that wrong. Chris, are you on the same boat with me on this one?
Yeah, coming in, I really thought that the offensive line was our biggest concern this season yet again. But I'm with you. I think that this line is just so improved. And you mentioned it. I think it's 2 things. I think it's obviously Chip Kelly's scheme and the fact that Chip Kelly is in everybody's face about the blocking. I'm sure from our O-line coach Fry right on down to Hartline, we've seen him get in people's faces about the blocking. But let's not remember too. Look at these guys this season physically compared to last season. There was a change in philosophy as it pertained to Ryan Day and Coach Mick and the way they got these guys into shape for the season. These guys are not playing with the same body styles they did last year. They're playing much, I think, leaner, more athletic, um, and I think that serves obviously it serves Chip Kelly's scheme well. So I think it's twofold. I think it's the approach that we had coming into the season combined with Chip Kelly's schemes that have really turned this thing around.
So my thing that I got wrong was, and I regret to bring this up because it's rather embarrassing, but I at one point predicted that Jeremiah Smith wouldn't start, and that was wrong.
Again, somebody said he was the best receiver in the nation before he took a snap. Don't remember who it was, but I feel like that
JR,
guy's right.
don't feel bad, JR. I was the one trying to pull the reins back and telling everybody he's just a freshman. Chill out. This typically doesn't happen.
Well, I'm wrong. I thought he would start eventually. I just didn't think like game 1. Like Ryan Day has literally never had a true freshman start for him at Ohio State on offense. So I was like, maybe it'll come in the Marshall game after the bye week or something like that. But no, Chip Kelly saw it and he was like, actually, Will Howard, that's going to be your number 1 weapon that you're going to target the most on this team.
What about you, Florida Cory?
Yeah, I'm going to defend JR on this. I actually had the same belief. I thought people should tone it down about Jeremiah Smith. But that being said, he's proved me wrong. Awesome. But I will say another thing just to add on to this. I actually thought the tight end position would be a little better in the past game than it has been, because I thought G. Scott in his year 9 or whatever he's been here now forever, and I thought the transfer from Ohio would figure into it a little bit, but they haven't really figured into it much at all, if anything. Decent blockers in the run game, maybe not G so much, but Will is. I thought Thurman would take a bigger step quicker than he has. I just feel like I was wrong about tight ends are almost non-existent outside of helping pass pro and a little bit of run blocking here and there.
Yeah, that's a good one, Cory. I gotta throw this question out, not Buckeye related, but the chat's having a discussion about Sharon Moore and Marcus Freeman. Which one, if you had to hire one today? Ooh, that's rough, right? Which one would you go for, Sharon Moore?
That's really hard comparison. One's got 2.5 years under his belt. The other one's just starting out, so it's kind of hard to compare it to. I go Freeman.
I'd probably go with Freeman just because he has 2.5 years under his belt. He has some experience.
Chris?
I would go comb the high schools. That's my take, because we know how I feel about Freeman, and I hate Moore even more than I hate Freeman. I think the guy I think he's a loser. I think he benefited from the cheating scandal. I think that he is a joke as a head coach. So
he belongs at Michigan, is what you're saying.
he belongs at Michigan. He belongs there. They deserve each other. But if you're going to make me pick one of them, I can't. I can't choose either one of those guys. I just can't.
I didn't know Burks. I didn't know your dad and brother are Buckeye fans. What happened, man? Where did it go wrong, buddy? Poor guy.
That's definitely a story.
Yeah. Colton says he was wrong about C.J. Hicks. Yeah, a lot of people were.
I think the whole beat was wrong about C.J. Hicks. They promoted him like crazy. Oh, he's the lights going on. He's all over the field. Well,
yeah.
In fairness, though, like, don't you guys think if C.J. Hicks just had a role for him that suited his strengths, everybody would have been right about him? Like, that's the thing. Like, they're trying to fit a circle in a square hole, and like I'm not really going against the coaching staff by saying this, because I think they're running a defense that's cohesive with what most of their players are. It just kind of sucks for C.J. Hicks because he wanted to be a Buckeye and he wanted to play here, and unfortunately, I mean, everybody said it. He's a 3-4 linebacker. He's not a 4-2 linebacker. It just
he's a 3-4 rushing linebacker. You're right. That's
right. Outside.
We talked about the other day. He is Barrett Browning. I mean, that's.
So you mean he's going to have a pretty decent career in the NFL after this? Is what you're telling me?
I really believe he will.
It wouldn't shock me. Yeah.